What's up guys, we're just going to go over a few tips we recommend doing being a photo booth attendant. Tip number one is when you arrive to pick up your gear, just make sure to double check your gear, because the last thing you want is to get your event and not have everything that you need. Tip number two is to make sure to arrive 2 hours early, right on time. This gives you a nice buffer before the event, just in case you do run into any problems, and just to have a stress-free event. Doing your event, just double checking, making sure that your apparel is looking good, your hair and your face, everything looking good. Just make sure when you're at your event, while the clients come up to use the photo booth, to make sure that you're explaining to them how it works. If you guys want to grab props, go ahead. Just stand on this mark, making sure you're explaining it, and dumb it down for them just to make sure that they understand fully what to do when they're taking a photo. If it's a wedding or any VIP clients that are standouts that you see in the crowd, just make sure you put them first if they're talking to you. This is another tip. If you can't make it to your event, make sure to let your manager know that you're not going to be there 48 hours in advance, just to give us some time to make sure that we can find somebody else to cover that event. When you're setting up your equipment, just to double check and make sure that you're not in the way of anybody else's stuff. If you have a florist or somebody setting up a wedding cake, make sure not to be setting up your backdrop right next to them. Just scoot to the side, give everybody their room to make sure that no incidents happen while you're at the event. Something I ran into at events is clients or guests coming up to you asking you if, let's say, they want a green screen or if they want a different style of photo. Just make sure to not just say no if that's not what the photo booth is doing that day. Just mention photo booth has the ability to do that, but today we're actually just taking this kind of photo. One thing that I've ran into at photo booth events is clients or guests coming up to you, setting drinks down on the printer, knocking into the photo booth. Just make sure in a cordial, nice way to mention, hey, just watch out for the photo booth, or can you please not set your drink on the printer. It is expensive gear and we're just trying to make sure everything stays safe. And I would say number one goal is to make sure the gear is protected at all times. That means your eyes are on it at all times, and to make sure that the experience that the guests are having is exceptional. All right, so you're coming down to your last 10-15 minutes of your event. Make sure that you're mentioning to clients or guests that, hey guys, the photo booth is going to be closing. Maybe you can walk up to the DJ to make an announcement. So another thing that I ran into at events is clients or guests coming up to the photo booth before you even start. Say, I'm gonna go talk to the point of contact, ask them if they wanna open the photo booth an hour early. Last but not least, be a fun attendant. Make it a great experience for the guests. It is definitely a great opportunity for them to get photos, make memories, and with all that said, have fun out there.